a little coffee. I don't give a fuck.
Play action fakes it for pass in zone. Yes, touchdown.
Hi, and welcome to Gino's Picks after a 2-3 week, which is, if you watch in hot water, and you really should, was actually 3-2 as I told you to fade my Monday night Saints picks, because after that pick was made, literally in 24 hours, they named Herbert the starter, and they benched Thomas, but I said, hey, fade that on Monday, but I stand by my record. I do. I stand by the video. Daddy is loyal to his NFL videos, unlike Rob Manfred is to the BLM movement. Hey, guys, remember when the season opened, and they made us stare at that insane BLM logo on the mound before the long-awaited opener between the Nats and Yankees? Yeah, just 3 months and several shootings later, it seems like the BLM stands for Baseball's Loves Money, as the only letters you can find on the mound now during the postseason, where there's a much larger audience, are those of corporate sponsors. Hate to tell you, but the only name you're seeing if you're reading the mound are Jack Daniels and DraftKings, and my personal favorite, Geico, which is the best one if you ask me of all of them, because unlike the people that seem to be getting arrested at this BLM/Antifa rallies, the Gecko spokesman is actually colored. Thanks, Bobby. Not to mention, of all the ridiculous places to put anything reminding you about the responsibility of raising black children, that would be a pitcher's mound where the only guy on it is actually using a rubber. They just fucking come and walk away. Anyway, let's get to these 4 abortions. My first pick, the Lions are laying 3 and hook to the Jags in Jacksonville. Really, the Lions? Unbelievable. Led by Matt Patricia, are giving anything, let alone more than a field goal on the road. Anyone remember when Matt Patricia first came into the league and yeah, he wore his hat backwards? Maybe he should have kept that look, because his career seems to head in the opposite direction of whichever way the bill is facing. He was the best defensive coordinator and one of the most sought-after head coaching candidates when he looked like this. Yeah, it's that side. And now, 2.5 seasons and 26 losses later, the only thing that remains is that pencil behind his ears. Hey, Matt, you know why pencils have erasers? So they don't fall out of your ears when you slam down your headset at the end of 26 games. Not to mention, because when they were invented, pencils, there was no such thing as a computer that would let you delete your mistakes. Well, guess what, Matt? The Lions are going to be doing that soon, deleting their mistake. In the meantime, maybe you need to introduce yourself to a computer and work on better game plans. Maybe if you stop using pencils to write yours out, your team won't be playing like a giant number 2. I'm a prop comic now. Fucking Gardner Minshew keeps winning hearts, and I think he wins this game too. Take the Jags and the 3 and a hook you're getting. My next pick, the Bears are giving 1 and a hook to the Panthers in Chicago. Look, I got all the team names right. The Bears are coming off a huge win and 10 days rest, but for some reason the Panthers are favored after coming off 3 straight wins over the Chargers, Cardinals, and Falcons. Not to mention the Bears are coming off a huge primetime win over the Bucs a week ago because Matt Nagy finally pulled the trigger, not to be confused with a slightly different phrase I used when they finally benched Colin Kaepernick. They finally pulled the trigger and benched Matt Trubisky. That was well played. Anyway, the Bears are a far better team with Nick Foles under center than they are with Trubisky, who throws with the velocity of a toddler, which everyone knows is the only worst-kept secret in the Windy City, other than the fact that they got total junk when they packaged a trade to get Mitch in the draft, was how big the junk is on Nick Foles' package, period. And that is why I love the Bears in this game. Not only because they come in with a defense the likes of which Panther starter Teddy Bridgewater has never seen, but their offense doesn't miss a beat because regardless of the QB under center, the guy is packing a baby arm. Come on! Take the Bears in another basic Chicago pick'em. A baby arm. Baby arm. Thank you. This guy gets it. My next pick, the Bucs are getting 1 from the Packers in Tampa Bay. Speaking of things that swing wildly... The line in this game has swung 5.5 points as the Packers are open at 4.5-point dogs are suddenly laying a point on the road. And if you know what you're saying, why wouldn't they be? I know what you're saying, why wouldn't they be, Gino? The Pack's Aaron Rodgers has the team undefeated at 4-0 and is leading the NFL in just about every category, while the only thing the aging Tom Brady leads the league in are pick sixes and forgetting what down it is. But maybe you need to swing your focus to the defense, because if you did, you'd realize the Bucs have one of the best in the league, while the fucking Pack has won those 4 games against defenses ranked 30th, 29th, 26th, and 20th. Stop it. Couple that with the fact that Brady, who is coming off one meltdown and 10 days rest, well, the only thing we see less often than Brady lose his mind is Brady lose back-to-back games. Give me them Bucks in what is basically a pick'em. Which brings me to my pencil it in big Monday night game. The Cowboys are getting one hook from the Cards and Big D. Was talking to fucking Talib before the game. He can't believe I'm taking this, but once again, let's go with the joke. Not sure if you heard, but Dak Prescott was hurt last week. I'm sure you did. And now the fucking Cowboys are going to go to the red rifle of Andy Dalton. Of course, after the way Dak bent his ankle in that injury, they may give Dak a similar colorful nickname, the Pink Flamingo. Either way, what you really need to understand is this team, the Cowboys, spent the week rallying around their injured leader. That's what you get in a classy son of a bitch like Dak. And suddenly this is a team that went from looking at a train wreck of a season to looking at the equivalent of the car wreck that was Jefferson's car in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This is a team that has never been more focused on an opponent. And that opponent is anyone that thinks they won't win this game for Dak with a QB that may be slightly older and slower, but has the same basic skill set as Prescott does and doesn't set the offense as far back as you think. Expect to see Dak walking gingerly on the sidelines while the Cards have a ginger walk all over them. Take them Cowboys and them points. Those are Gino's picks. Oh, we got time for a shot, Talib.